And I think for listeners, can we just start with your decision to drop out of school and start a company with no capital? I mean, that's the other thing too, is you are the perfect success story of start with nothing and hold it in your mind and see what you can build.
Yeah, literally came from the dirt, right? And, still going through the trenches and building a successful business. But I think it starts way back, like back in high school. I remember that all my friends, everyone I knew, they knew exactly who and what they wanted to be. My best friends one was going to be a welder, one wanted to be a veterinarian. I had no idea. And that's a tough feeling to feel when you're almost graduating, right?
Yeah.
And everyone knows exactly who and what they want to be. I had no clue. I had no clue. And that really gets you thinking, right? One thing I knew that I was good at was back in middle school, my dad got a whole bunch of Mountain Dews on sale, bottled cans of Mountain Dew. He bought like 100 cans. And I thought one day, I'm just going to go to school and sell Mountain Dew. So in 8th grade, I sold Mountain Dew cans for $1.
Oh, boy.
And that was my first like business tryout, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking back on this, I was really good at that because I would sell Mountain Dew. I'd bring it to the customer, in the classroom. Math class, I had 5 customers. It got to the point where I was selling so much Mountain Dew that I had my entire locker was full. I couldn't take home homework because my backpack was full. My lunch boxes were full. It would cost me money to do my homework, right? Opportunity cost.
Yes.
So I started selling them like crazy, taking them to the lunchroom. Everyone was buying Mountain Dew from me. And eventually my brother was in 6th grade. I hired him on. We started a new location, right?
So you already scaled a business in high school.
We already, and we scaled it in 6th grade. It got to the point where my brother and I, we were selling, over 100 a week
Wow.
of Mountain Dew. And there was one kid who started up selling 2 liters for $2. So I sent some birds to go handle that for me. He never sold pop again, but it was a very successful business. And when I was graduating, I was like, I enjoyed that. We definitely made money, but I was selling them for $1, right? And that's really the only thing that I had going for me was I could sell. I liked dealing with people. I liked marketing. But everyone else knew exactly what they wanted to be. And that just killed me. So just like everyone else, I went into college because I thought I had to.
Mm-hmm.
I was that typical person. Didn't know who or what I wanted to be, but I knew that was a good start. After 2 semesters, I dropped out. It wasn't for me. I figured I'd go get a job and figure it out. So I had a bunch of odd jobs, never really liked them. Manufacturing, factory, whatever it was, wasn't good at it. I just knew I needed to deal with people. And that's how I actually interviewed with Megan. Megan knows marketing.
That's right.
Megan Beebe, who is just an unbelievable, powerful person, as you guys know.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I went in there to my interview. I was young. I was 17-year-old kid. I had my hat backwards and work boots on and Trump flags on the back of my truck.
Hell yeah.
I love that.
Hell yeah.
And I went in there and she hired me. And that's kind of where it all began. I was so lost for so long, watching everyone else go to college for exactly what they wanted. I knew all I needed something that I could be passionate about. And that's kind of where it started.
That's crazy that you knew that at 17, though, because I know so many 17-year-olds that would never go like, I just need to do something I'm passionate about. Like most would not say that. When Sean says you were an old soul, like you are an old soul, like you are wise beyond your years.
Well, I love it. Have you ever read The E-Myth by Michael Gerber?
I have not.
Okay.
No, not yet.
Next book.
It might be a good one, but he talks about the entrepreneurial seizure and how somebody just has the vent, and that's what. And as I'm hearing your story, I didn't know this about you. You first had it in middle school, right? The light bulb went on that, hey, I can sell pop at a markup, make money, provide good service to my clients, and I like this. So, in retrospect, looking back, you had no idea what you wanted to do, but you did. You know what I mean? When we talk about manifesting, I don't want to rabbit hole here, but we talk about get general until you can get specific. You started really general. You didn't know what you wanted to do, but at some level, you kind of knew how you wanted to do it.
Welcome to the Inner Blueprint Podcast. I'm Sean Foyer, the Universal Mindset Disruptor. With over 20 years of turning blueprints into thriving home improvement businesses, I've learned that the strongest foundations start in your mind. Whether you're building a business or your own success, we're here to reshape how you think and face daily life and always remind you to enjoy the ride.